God says, I am begging you to open this message before 11 p.m. I promise you'll cry when you hear what I have to say, but hurry, this message will vanish in 35 seconds. Open this message immediately. My child, please don't scroll past this. Listen to me now. This is not just a moment. This is your turning point. This isn't just another thing to scroll through. This is me, your father, reaching for your hand in the dark. I don't ask lightly. You need to hear what I'm saying. I need you to know how desperately I love you. If you've ever felt forgotten, if you've ever questioned if I was still with you, I am telling you right now, I never left. You've been walking through storms that others don't see. You've carried pain that feels too heavy to speak out loud. But I saw it. I held every piece of it. Every night you cried and thought no one noticed, I was sitting beside your bed, catching every tear. I know you've been holding on by a thread. I know how many times you wanted to give up but didn't. That wasn't an accident. That was me. I kept you breathing when you thought the weight would crush you. And I am not done with you, not even close. If you believe that God will change your life miraculously, comment 1111. This isn't the end. This is the page before everything changes. But you have to stay with me. I need you to hear every word, because what I say next will open your eyes to why things happened the way they did, and what I'm about to do in your life will be more than you ever asked for. You were never alone in the silence. I know it felt like I turned away, but I didn't. Sometimes I stay silent to strengthen your hearing. Sometimes I hide to deepen your trust. I never abandoned you. I was working behind the scenes. There were dangers I shielded you from that you'll never even know about. There were doors I shut, not to punish you, but to protect you. And now I am opening new ones. You don't need to chase anyone anymore. You don't need to beg for love or attention. You are already chosen. You are already seen. You are already enough. My hands have carved your future with care. And no human, no setback, no mistake can erase what I've prepared for you. You're still on schedule, even if you feel delayed. Trust me, I'm not running late. My timing is always perfect. If your heart needs this, comment 222. This is for you. I don't want you to miss it. You thought you were forgotten because everything felt so quiet, so delayed. But the truth is, I was setting things up in ways you couldn't see. You're about to step into blessings that will feel like miracles, and they are. But they were never random. They were always part of the plan. The enemy wanted you to believe you were cursed, unloved, broken beyond repair. He wanted you to drown in shame and fear. But I covered you. I wrapped you in grace when the world turned its back. I kept your mind when you were losing control. I fought battles for you while you slept, and I am still fighting for you now. I am your shield, your hiding place, your healer. This world is loud. It tells you that you have to earn love, prove your worth, fix yourself to be accepted, but that's not my voice. I loved you first. Before you spoke, before you succeeded, before you failed, I knew everything about you and still said, this one is mine. You were never too messy for me, never too late. I don't write people off. I write restoration stories. And you're living one now. You're standing on the edge of something holy. I know you can't see the full picture yet, but keep walking. I am guiding your steps. Each delay, each disappointment, each detour, it wasn't to hurt you, it was to shape you for what I've called you to carry. You are stronger than you feel. You are more loved than you know. And nothing you've lost is greater than what I'm about to give. My presence has never left your side. I walk through the fire with you. I whisper peace into your chaos. When you couldn't pray, I interceded for you. When you were ready to give up, I placed hope right in your path. That wasn't coincidence, that was divine. And you're not here reading this by accident either. I orchestrated this moment because you needed to be reminded I am not finished with you. You've been asking me if things will ever change. And I say this to you with all the love in my heart, yes, they will. But not just for the sake of change. They will shift because I am stepping in. I am making a way where there was none. I am turning the valley into a garden. You will bloom again. You will breathe again. You will laugh again. You will love again. And this time, it won't be stolen from you. You were made for more than survival. You were made to thrive, to shine, to walk in the fullness of my grace. The enemy knows that, which is why he fought you so hard. He saw what was coming and tried to make you quit before you saw it. But you didn't quit. And because of that, I am pouring out blessing, favor, protection, and purpose over your life in ways that will leave you speechless. I ask you right here to like this video if this speaks to your heart. Not for me, but for you. Because saying yes in small ways can unlock greater things. That little act of faith is seen in heaven. And I honor it. Why are so many claiming this CIA ritual changed their life in just 7 seconds? This leaked CIA ritual is the real deal, and it's potent. A 7-second brainwave hack backed by 4 neuroscience labs is helping regular people leap from broke to abundant. Dream homes, cars, trips, it's all within reach. But this video could disappear anytime from the internet. So click the link in the description and comments now to see it before it's gone forever. You don't need to be perfect to receive what I have for you. You just need to be willing. Open your heart. Trust that I know what I'm doing. Even when it doesn't make sense, even when it hurts, I am the God who brings beauty from ashes. I am the God who heals what looks impossible. I am the God who raised the dead. And I am still working miracles today. There is a reason you're still here. You were supposed to break, but you didn't. You were supposed to lose your mind, but you're still standing. That's strength. That's me. That hope you still carry. That's my promise echoing inside you. I put that fire in your spirit, and it will not be quenched. You will rise. You will rebuild. You will rejoice again. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are not alone. I am with you. And I will never stop fighting for your heart. Never stop covering your life. Never stop loving you. You are my child, and I take care of my own. The urgency is real. I am not warning you to stir fear, but to awaken faith. The clock is ticking on something I've been holding back, waiting for your heart to align, your spirit to lift, and your eyes to open. What I have to give, I cannot give to closed hands. But now that you've come here, now that you've opened yourself to listen, I can pour into you. Your obedience in this moment has made room for my glory to move. If your soul feels stirred, comment 555, because even that small act, that tiny agreement, unlocks something in the heavenlies. Don't let your mind talk you out of what your spirit already knows. There is a release coming, not just of blessings, but of peace, direction, and healing in places you've hidden from even yourself. I'm not just restoring you, I'm rewriting what you thought was already lost. You thought the waiting was punishment, but it wasn't. It was preparation. I was not delaying you to be cruel. I was slowing things down because if I had let it all fall into place when you asked, it would have crushed you. You weren't ready then, but you are now. I had to build your heart, not just your hope. I had to strengthen your roots before I could let your branches reach where I planned to take you. And now the wind is changing. You prayed for answers, but I gave you endurance. You wanted open doors, but I gave you wisdom. Not because I was ignoring your requests, but because I was making you into someone who could carry the weight of the very things you asked for. You weren't being punished, you were being refined, and now that refining has become readiness. I am the God who parts seas and shuts lions' mouths. The same power that raised Jesus from the dead lives in you. So why do you doubt that I can fix what feels broken beyond repair? Why do you believe I can save the world but not your situation? Let me remind you, I am not tired, I am not too late, and I am certainly not done. You are in the middle of a miracle that hasn't fully unfolded yet. You've been running on empty, giving your best while silently breaking. And yet you've survived things others didn't. You've endured attacks that should have destroyed you. That's not weakness, that's proof of my hand on you. Every time you thought you were at the end, I added another breath, another ounce of strength. That was me. If you're still with me, comment 1212, because the story isn't over. You've seen the struggle, but now you're going to see the shift. Everything the enemy used to try to bury you will become the very soil I use to grow you. Nothing is wasted. Every scar will shine with purpose. Every loss will be redeemed with promise, and every tear you've cried has watered the seeds of your breakthrough. You feel tired because you've been fighting in your own strength. But it's time to stop striving and start surrendering. Let me carry you. Let me lead again. You were never meant to figure it all out on your own. I am the one who holds tomorrow. I have already gone ahead of you, cleared the path, and lit the way. All I need is your trust. You've heard so many voices. Some told you you're not good enough. Others said you missed your moment. But hear my voice now. Above the noise I say you are chosen, anointed, and still right on time. Nothing is too far gone for me. I restore what people abandon. I rebuild what the world deems ruined. I resurrect what others bury. The reason it's been hard is because your calling is heavy, but I wouldn't have given it to you if you couldn't carry it. You are stronger than your history. You are greater than your failures, and you are not defined by the worst thing you've been through. I don't label you by your wounds. I crown you because of your perseverance. The pain you felt was never meant to be permanent. I am turning it into a testimony. People will look at you and not believe what you came out of. They'll see the shine, but only you and I will know the cost. And I'll make sure that everything you lost in private will be restored in public. What was meant to destroy you will be what I use to promote you. You were made for glory, not shame. You were made to walk in the light, not hide in the shadows of guilt. I see everything, and yet I still call you mine. That's not weakness, that's grace. You didn't earn this love, and you can't lose it either. You're not hanging on to me, I'm holding on to you. What's really behind the 7-second brain technique that's making headlines and new millionaires? A stunning CIA leak has just revealed a 7-second brain ritual that's helping normal people wipe out debt and attract serious wealth. With proof from 4 neuroscience labs, this at-home method is turning financial stress into dream living. Homes, cars, vacations, it's all happening. But the government could take this down at any time. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. If you feel this truth hitting your spirit, comment 777, because this is your confirmation. The heaviness is lifting. The peace is coming. The way is opening. You will not leave this season empty-handed. I will restore the years that felt wasted, the blessings that were delayed, the dreams you buried under survival. I am breathing on them again. Do not look back. What I have for you is ahead, not behind. Stop rehearsing the pain. Stop replaying the regrets. I've already covered it. Now walk forward like it's already done, because in my eyes, it is. You just need to catch up with what I've already finished. The burden you've carried was never meant to break you. It was meant to bring you closer to me. Every disappointment, every delay, every closed door was not rejection. It was redirection. You kept asking me why things fell apart, why the people you trusted left, why the timing never seemed to work out. But what you couldn't see is that I was protecting something sacred inside you. I was guarding your calling, and now I'm ready to release what has been hidden. If you feel the weight of this truth, comment 999. There is a reason your heart feels this deeply, because this is not just words, it's confirmation. You've been walking through fire, but you are coming out refined, not ruined. Your story has not been cancelled. It's being rewritten with power, with grace, and with glory. The storm was not to destroy you, it was to strengthen what I placed inside you. You thought the silence meant I was distant, but silence is never absence. I was closer to you in your pain than in your joy. I was holding you when no one else noticed your breaking. I stayed when others left. I wept with you. I spoke peace over you while you trembled through the nights, and I never stopped planning your restoration. There is something holy coming out of your hardship. You may not understand why you had to lose certain things, but I know what I'm doing. I saw what was ahead. Some people had to go because they couldn't carry the weight of your future. Some blessings had to wait because they would have crushed you too soon. I am not just interested in giving you things, I am interested in keeping your heart safe while I bless you. The next chapter will not look like the last. You are not going back to that place of anxiety, confusion, or fear. What I am doing now will be new, a new strength, a new vision, a new level of peace. I am removing the old garments of shame and dressing you in robes of purpose. You won't have to beg for what's already yours. My promise to you is not fragile. It doesn't depend on your perfection. It's grounded in my faithfulness. You've been asking me, when will it happen? When will things finally break open? And I say to you now, it's closer than you think. I've already begun the work. You're about to see it unfold, not because you earned it, but because I love you that much. I've been waiting for the right moment, and now it's here. If you believe you are ready for that shift, comment 1010. Let your spirit say yes, even if your circumstances still look the same. Your agreement in the unseen makes way for the visible. The breakthrough isn't just coming, it's already begun. You will start to see doors open that no one can shut. You'll meet people who speak life into you. You'll receive peace that doesn't make sense. That's me. That's what I do. You were never forgotten, not once. Even when your faith wavered, mine didn't. Even when you doubted your worth, I never did. I crafted you with intention. Your existence is evidence of purpose. If I didn't have more for you, you wouldn't still be breathing. But you are. Which means heaven still has plans with your name on them. Let go of the timelines you created in your mind. I work outside of time. I'm not limited by your deadlines. I'm preparing something better than you expected, even if it's taking longer than you hoped. What you see as a delay, I see as protection. You thought I forgot, but I was building it right. You are entering a season where your prayers will start to manifest in ways that surprise you. The things you whispered to me in pain I remembered. The times you sowed in tears you will now reap in joy. I keep every promise, and I have not forgotten yours. Your identity is not in what you've lost. It's not in who walked away. It's not in your mistakes. It's not in your doubts. Your identity is in me. You are mine. You are not too far gone. You are not too late. You are not too broken. I specialize in turning ashes into beauty. And what the enemy meant for evil, I will turn for good. If this is awakening something in your heart, comment 1515. That agreement is powerful. It's not for me, it's for you. To say to yourself, I believe again. Even if it's just a small flicker of faith, that's all I need. I can take that tiny spark and breathe it into fire. You are not here to live in survival mode. You were created to walk in freedom, and I'm calling you into that now. No more settling for less. No more believing you're too flawed for favor. I see you. I know everything about you. And still, I love you endlessly. There is more for you. More joy, more peace, more clarity, more strength. I am unfolding it day by day. Trust my pace. Don't rush the process. I've gone before you. I'm beside you now, and I'll still be there when you walk into everything I promised. Is it finally time to try the same CIA secret ritual that's changing lives in seconds? This newly leaked CIA-backed study reveals a 7-second money ritual transforming lives overnight. Scientifically validated by 4 neuroscience labs, it rewires your mind to attract money like a magnet. People once broke are now enjoying luxury homes, new cars, and exotic travel. But this secret won't be online much longer. Click the description and comments now to access it before it's permanently removed. The pressure you've been feeling isn't a sign to quit. It's the sign that something new is about to be born. Just like pain comes before delivery, this pressure is producing something in you. So don't give up. Not now. You're closer than you've ever been. I know you're tired, but I'm renewing you. I'm refreshing your mind, lifting the fog, and placing peace where chaos tried to live. Breathe again. Rest in me. I've got you, even when it feels like everything is slipping through your hands. You are still the one I've chosen. You are still the one I've called. And I am still the God who finishes what he starts. Keep walking, keep trusting, keep your heart open. I'm not just going to meet your expectations, I'm going to exceed them. You have been walking through seasons where everything felt unstable. People changed, plans fell apart. Life didn't go how you hoped. And somewhere along the way, you started to believe the lie that maybe I forgot about you, that maybe I moved on to someone else who had more faith, fewer failures, or a cleaner past. But hear me clearly, I have not abandoned you, not for a single second. If your heart agrees, comment 1717. That's your small yes in the middle of a big storm. That's the whisper of faith that keeps the door open for the miracles I've already begun setting into motion. I don't ask for much, just for you to keep showing up with your heart open. Because when you do, I show up with everything I am. I know how tired you are. I know you've been carrying pain that you rarely even speak about. The weight of responsibility, the pressure to hold everything together, the silent battles in your mind. And still you've kept going. You've kept praying, even when your voice was shaking. You've kept believing, even when you didn't see the answers. That matters more than you know. What you don't see right now is how I've been weaving all of this together. The delays, the betrayals, the losses. They weren't wasted. I am not the kind of God who lets pain be meaningless. I don't cause it, but I always use it. And in your life, I am turning every broken piece into a building block. What you thought was falling apart was actually falling into place. I am healing wounds you've hidden. I am repairing what was shattered. I am restoring years you thought were gone forever. And I'm doing it in ways that will make you pause and say, only God could have done that. You won't have to manipulate, force, or chase what I've already written into your future. You just have to trust that I'm working even when you don't see the evidence yet. Sometimes the reason it hurts so much is because you're birthing something holy. You're not just going through hard times. You're being positioned. You're being prepared. You're being pulled into alignment with a purpose greater than what you asked for. That ache in your spirit, that's growth. That's stretching. That's heaven making room for what's next. You will not leave this season the same. You are being transformed. The confusion is clearing. The lies are breaking. The pain is shifting. And your spirit is rising. I never let go of something without putting something better in its place. What I remove, I always replace with more of me. And where I dwell, peace follows. If this is piercing your soul, comment, Amen. Let that be your agreement with heaven, because your words hold power. You're not begging anymore. You're believing again. You're standing in the middle of answered prayers and don't even realize it yet. Soon, your eyes will open to just how far I've brought you and how much further we're going. You haven't missed your moment. You haven't messed up your destiny. I work all things together for your good, even the things that didn't make sense, even the choices you regret. I'm not here to shame you, I'm here to restore you. I don't remind you of your past to punish you. I bring it up so you can see how far my grace has carried you. You are not behind. You are not late. You are exactly where I need you to be for this next move. Your healing is not delayed, it's developing. Your breakthrough is not forgotten, it's building. And when it arrives, it will be more than you ever thought to ask for. Don't let your fear be louder than my promise. Don't let what you see distract you from what I'm doing. I am still God. I am still the one who speaks and things shift. I am still the one who makes a way in the wilderness and brings rivers to dry land. You are about to witness me. Turn your desert into a garden. The enemy tried to destroy your confidence, your joy, and your peace. But he failed, because what I planted in you cannot be uprooted by fear, rejection, or delay. My word over your life is final, and I've declared that you will rise, not just survive. You will walk in favor. You will walk in freedom, and nothing can stop what I've started. You are not here to be crushed by life. You were born to carry light in the darkness. You are a testimony in progress. And soon, those who saw your struggle will witness your miracle. They'll ask how you made it, and you'll say, God carried me through. If you receive this, comment 222. Let the heavens hear your trust. Not because it's easy, but because you believe I'm still good. That's faith, that's worship, and that's what moves mountains. I know what lies ahead of you, and I've already prepared the way. I've already spoken your name into places of favor. I've already whispered your destiny into the hearts of the right people. You're going to see things shift. You're going to see things align. But most importantly, you're going to see me clearer than ever. Why is the government working so hard to bury this 7-second brain ritual? A stunning CIA leak has just exposed a 7-second brain ritual, now allowing regular people to clear debt and invite unstoppable wealth. Supported by 4 neuroscience labs, this easy at-home method is transforming financial struggles into dream lifestyles. New homes, vehicles, vacations, it's all becoming possible. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. There's a reason the pressure has increased. There's a reason the attacks have felt heavier. It's not because I've forgotten you, it's because what's coming is greater than what's been. The enemy doesn't fight what's not a threat. And you, my child, are a threat to darkness. That's why the enemy tried to silence you, discourage you, distract you. But I've placed my hand on you, and no force in hell can remove what I've sealed. You've questioned why you've had to go through what you did, the losses, the betrayals, the closed doors. You've cried out asking, "Why me, God?" And my answer is simple: because I trust you. I trusted you to walk through the fire and not be consumed. I trusted you to carry the weight and still rise. I trusted you to represent my light, even when the world around you felt dark. And now I am trusting you with more. If you know this is for you, comment, "Amen." That's your agreement. That's your act of faith. I don't ask you to understand everything. I ask you to believe that I'm working, even in the confusion, even in the silence. I'm still writing your story, and the next chapter is filled with things that will restore your joy. The blessings you prayed for are already on their way. Some are wrapped in lessons, others are hidden in the mundane. But make no mistake, I've already sent them. You just have to stay aligned long enough to see them bloom. This is the part where you stop striving and start trusting. I see the parts of you that others overlook. I know the weight you carry behind your smile. I see the nights where you lie awake wondering how everything will work out. And I'm here to tell you peace is coming. I am lifting the burden. You're not walking into your future alone. I'm already there, preparing it for you. If you believe I'm making a way for you, comment 1111. Because even if the path ahead still looks uncertain, I am guiding every step. You won't have to chase what's meant for you. You won't have to fight to be seen, loved, or heard. I'm bringing the right people, the right opportunities, and the right doors into your life, and they will recognize the light I placed in you. Stop comparing your journey to others. What I'm doing in your life is custom. The timing, the lessons, the elevation, it's all designed specifically for you. Their success is not your failure. Their timeline is not your deadline. I'm not in a rush, and neither should you be. I'm developing you slowly so you can stand strong when the spotlight comes. You were made for impact. You were made to shift atmospheres and break generational chains. That's why it's felt heavy, because what you're carrying is holy. But know this, I'm not asking you to carry it alone. Lean on me. I am your strength when you're weak. I am your peace when everything around you is chaos. You've asked, "How much longer, God?" And I want you to hear this, not much longer. The turnaround is closer than it appears. The season is changing. You'll wake up soon and realize that the very thing you were crying about has been healed, that the door you kept knocking on finally opened, that the weight you carried for years has suddenly lifted. That's how I work. Sudden shifts, unexpected grace. Don't look to the left or the right. Keep your eyes on me. Let me lead. I've already cleared the way. You just need to walk it with faith, and every step you take, I will match it with favor. Every time you say yes to me, I release something new over your life. If this is strengthening your heart, comment 777. That's your confirmation. Your spirit knows what your eyes can't see yet. You're about to walk into answered prayers that felt forgotten. But I never forget what you've whispered to me in faith. You are not invisible to me. Your efforts, your pain, your hopes, I see them all. And I am building something out of your obedience. I know it's been slow. I know the process has been long. But I am not just blessing you, I am building you to carry the blessing. Some things take longer because what I'm preparing is far greater than what you asked for. There are people connected to your obedience. Your yes to me is unlocking freedom not just for you, but for your children, your family, and even strangers you haven't met yet. You're going to be the reason someone else believes again. Your testimony will be proof that I'm still the God who rescues, restores, and redeems. You're not waiting on me, I'm waiting on your full surrender. Once you release control, the blessings will flow like never before. You can't walk into the new while holding on to the old. Let go. Trust me, I've never dropped what I've promised to protect. I know what you've been through. I've seen every moment of weakness, every mistake, every tear, and still I choose you, over and over. My mercy is new every morning, and my grace is not running out. You are not disqualified. You're being refined. The calling on your life still stands. The vision I gave you is still alive. The purpose planted in you is still growing, even if you can't see it yet. Keep watering it with faith. Keep showing up with your heart open, because soon you'll see the fruit of everything I've promised. I know you've been stretched thin. I know there have been days when getting out of bed felt like a victory. I know how quietly you've suffered while still showing up for everyone around you. And I know you wonder if anyone sees it if I see it. I do. I see it all. I see the strength it takes to keep going when you're overwhelmed. I see the faith it takes to believe while waiting. You haven't gone unnoticed, and none of it is in vain. Do you know why everyone's whispering about this 7-second CIA ritual? A brainwave ritual leaked from the CIA is changing lives across the globe. Proven by neuroscience, this 7-second method helps regular people attract money, freedom, and luxury. If you're seeing this, you're very lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. If this is hitting your heart, comment 333. That's your way of saying, I'm still believing. Even if your voice is shaky, even if your heart is tired, that small act of faith matters. And I will honor it, because you haven't stopped, you haven't quit. And because of that, I am about to open something that no one will be able to take from you. There are blessings coming that your name is already written on. They've been held in place, reserved for the right time, and that time is near. You won't need to force anything. You won't need to beg, bargain, or chase. What I give, no one can block. What I open, no one can close. You don't have to prove yourself worthy. I've already decided you are. There's a reason the battle has been so intense. There's a reason the enemy has fought you in your mind, your health, your family, your confidence. It's because of the weight of what you carry. The calling on your life is bigger than you realize. And the enemy has been terrified of what will happen once you fully step into it. But he's too late, because your heart is awakening and your spirit is rising again. The people who walked away were meant to. I know it hurt. I know it made you question your worth. But I needed to remove what was draining you, not feeding you. Some connections were distractions. Some relationships were delaying your growth. And though it felt like rejection, it was actually my protection. I'm not trying to punish you, I'm trying to prepare you. If you feel that truth settling into your chest, comment 555. That's your agreement. That's your moment of saying, I trust what's coming, even if I don't understand what just left. I promise you this, everything I remove, I replace with something better, something whole, something holy. You've wondered if you missed your moment. You've replayed decisions in your mind, thinking maybe you lost the chance. But I need you to know I don't operate on human timelines. I restore. I renew. I redeem. Even what you thought was ruined beyond repair, I can breathe life into again. I'm not finished writing your story. In fact, the best part is still ahead. You don't need to do more to earn my love. You don't need to fix yourself before you come close. My arms have always been open. And now, more than ever, I'm inviting you to let go of the weight you've been dragging, the guilt, the fear, the pressure. I never asked you to carry those things. I asked you to come to me as you are. I am the God who restores time, the God who heals deep wounds, the God who whispers peace in the middle of chaos. You may not know how it's all going to come together, but I do, and I will not leave you halfway through your healing. What I start, I finish. There are miracles with your name on them, not because you've been perfect, but because you've been faithful. Even when you doubted, even when you were angry, even when you cried alone in your car or in the shower, not wanting anyone to see how close you were to breaking, I saw it, and I never turned away. This is the season where what was hidden will be revealed, what was delayed will be delivered, what was broken will be restored. And it won't be because of anything you earned, it will be because of who I am. I'm not just your creator, I'm your father, and I take care of what belongs to me. If your heart feels this truth, comment 1010. Let that be your declaration, that you're done living in fear and ready to walk in faith. Even if your steps are shaky, even if you're unsure, I will steady your feet, I will hold your hand, I will walk with you until you see every promise fulfilled. Don't rush the process. I'm not trying to punish you with waiting, I'm preparing the stage. You've asked me to do big things, and I will. But big things require strong foundations. That's what I've been building in you during the quiet seasons. That's what the isolation was for. That's what the wilderness taught you. You're stronger than you were, wiser than you were, closer than you've ever been. And now, I'm preparing to pour out more than you can contain. So don't shrink, don't doubt, and don't let fear convince you that you're not ready. If you weren't ready, you wouldn't still be here. But you are, which means it's time. You will see beauty rise from what tried to break you. You will see joy replace sorrow. You will laugh again, breathe again, dance again. And this time, you won't be wondering when it'll be taken away. This time, you'll know it was me. You'll know it's secure. You'll know it's yours. Because I don't give fragile blessings. I give what lasts. I give what heals. I give what fills the empty places people and things could never touch. And I give freely. Not because of what you've done, but because of who you are to me. I know it's been hard. I know you've been strong for too long. You've smiled in front of people when all you wanted was to be alone and cry. You've kept pushing forward even when it felt like you had nothing left to give. You didn't want anyone to see the fear, the doubt, the quiet despair that you kept hidden inside. But I saw it. And I want you to know you were never alone in it. I was right there beside you, every moment. If this speaks to you right now, comment Amen. Let that be your breath of surrender, not of defeat, but of release. Because what's coming next won't require the kind of survival you've had to cling to in the past. I'm not just going to patch up the broken places, I'm going to rebuild you from the inside out. Stronger, wiser, and more full of my spirit than ever before. What if a quick 7-second brain ritual could truly wipe out your debt and fill your life with unstoppable abundance? A shocking CIA leak has just revealed a 7-second ritual now helping ordinary people clear debt and attract unlimited wealth. Verified by 4 top neuroscience labs, this easy at-home method is turning financial problems into dream lifestyles. New homes, cars, vacations, it's all happening for real people. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. You're not who you used to be, and that's a good thing. You've outgrown some old mindsets, relationships, and patterns. You've been stretched, refined, and tested. It hurt. It was uncomfortable. But it was necessary. Because where I'm taking you requires a different version of you, the healed version, the one who trusts deeply and walks boldly in who I created them to be. Don't look back. Don't try to return to what felt familiar but kept you small. I didn't pull you out just to have you crawl back in. I called you out because I saw more in you. I saw purpose buried under pain. I saw a calling buried under confusion. And now I'm bringing it all to the surface. There are things about you that the world hasn't even seen yet. Gifts that are about to be unlocked. Favor that's about to find you. Rooms you didn't expect to enter, doors you didn't even know existed. I'm about to open them. You don't have to chase them. You just have to walk with me. I'll lead you right to them. If your spirit feels the shift, comment 1212. That's your faith speaking before your eyes can confirm it. That's what walking with me looks like, believing without always understanding. Trusting that I'm still working when all you see is silence, and I am, always. You've asked, why me? And my answer is, because I chose you. Not because you're perfect, not because you've always done the right thing, but because I know your heart. I know your intentions, and I know what you're capable of when you stop doubting what I placed inside you. There is strength in you that hasn't been fully tapped into yet. There is peace I'm about to pour over your mind that will calm storms no one else can see. There is provision coming that will erase the lack you've been trying to hide. And it's not just to comfort you, it's to equip you, because your life is going to be a light to others. You're going to show them what redemption looks like, what healing looks like, what faith looks like when it's been through fire but still stands. I'm proud of you. You don't hear that enough, but I see how hard you've been trying. I see the effort no one else claps for. I see the moments you chose grace instead of revenge, compassion instead of bitterness. I see how you still speak kindly when you've been hurt, how you still believe for better when everything in you wants to shut down. That's who you really are. That's the version of you I'm blessing. The next season of your life will not repeat the pain of the last. What's coming isn't just different, it's divine. The kind of peace that doesn't shake when circumstances do. The kind of joy that doesn't disappear when things go wrong. That's what I'm preparing you for. If you're ready to receive that kind of life, comment 999. Speak it with faith. Let your heart agree with what your future is already shouting. There's more ahead than there is behind, and what's behind no longer defines you. Let me be the one who carries what's been crushing you. Let me fight the battles that have worn you out. I am not asking you to be strong enough. I'm asking you to lean on me. Let your weakness be the very place my strength shows up the most. This time, you won't have to chase what's meant for you. I'm sending it to you. This time, you won't have to beg to be seen. I'm placing you in the center of my purpose, where your light will not go unnoticed. This time, you won't feel like a stranger to peace. I am covering you in it. The pain had a purpose. The waiting had a purpose, and now the promise will be worth it. I have not forgotten you. I've been preparing the right time, the right place, the right people, the right breakthrough. And now, heaven is aligning the final pieces. You're not too late. You're not too broken. You're not too far gone. You are right on time, and I am about to prove it. What you thought was lost is coming back to you. What you thought was over is only beginning. What felt like punishment will be revealed as preparation. Watch how I turn it around. There's been so much noise, so many voices telling you who you are, what you can and can't do, what you'll never be. You've carried their words like weights around your soul, and I've watched you try to shake them off alone. But now, I'm stepping in. You will no longer be defined by other people's doubts. I define you, and I call you chosen, called, loved, and worthy. If your heart is saying yes to that, comment, Amen. Let your soul agree, even if your mind is still wrestling. This isn't about being perfect. This is about surrender. And when you surrender to me, I give you peace that no one can take, joy that doesn't depend on your situation, and strength to stand where you once crumbled. I know what you've been through. You've faced things that could have destroyed you, but they didn't. And that's not because you were lucky. It's because I've had my hand on you. When the enemy came for you, I stood in the gap. When the world tried to break you, I placed my spirit within you. You've been carried through battles you didn't even realize were raging. But now, I'm not just carrying you, I'm about to crown you. Could a CIA-leaked brainwave ritual be the fastest shortcut to a life of luxury? Newly released CIA research has just exposed a jaw-dropping brainwave technique that's letting everyday people attract massive wealth almost instantly. This 7-second home ritual, proven by 4 neuroscience labs, is transforming debt into dream houses, cars, and luxury getaways. If you're reading this, consider yourself lucky. The page could be taken down any time. Click the link in the description and comments to unlock the secret before it's gone forever. You've been walking through a season of testing, but this is where the page turns. What was a battlefield will become a blessing ground. You will harvest in the same place you cried. The same ground that held your tears will soon overflow with favor. I know it felt like I was silent, like I wasn't moving, but I was waiting for the right moment, and that moment is here. You've prayed for clarity. You've asked me over and over, Lord, just show me what to do. And here's my answer. Keep walking with me. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to see the whole map. I will light your next step, and then the one after that. You are not lost. You are being led. If you believe I'm guiding you, even now, comment 777. Let your spirit speak before your eyes see the outcome. That's where real faith lives, not in seeing, but in trusting. And I honor faith like that. I move through hearts that dare to believe when everything says give up. There are people who didn't think you'd survive what you've survived. Some were even rooting against you. But they didn't know who was standing beside you. They didn't know who was breathing strength into your lungs when anxiety made it hard to breathe. They didn't know who was calming your mind when it felt like you were falling apart. They didn't know I'd already declared victory over your life. I'm not just getting you out of the storm. I'm teaching you how to walk through storms with peace, the kind of peace that makes no sense to others. Because when you know I'm in the boat with you, you don't panic, you rest. You trust that no wave is bigger than your Savior, and soon those storms will calm. But more importantly, so will you. I've seen how hard you've tried to be strong for everyone else. To keep smiling, to keep giving, to keep showing up, even when your own soul felt heavy. And now, I'm giving you space to breathe. I'm giving you rest. Not just sleep, but soul-deep rest. The kind that lets your guard down and lets your heart heal. If that's what you've been needing, comment 1010. Because rest is not weakness, it's worship. It says, God, I trust you to hold what I've been carrying. And I will. I already am. What comes next for you isn't just a blessing, it's alignment. Everything that felt off, confusing, delayed, it's about to make sense. I'm putting things into place. I'm restoring what felt scattered. I'm bringing order to the chaos. Your spirit will feel the shift before your surroundings do. Trust that. I'm not just going to give you back what you lost. I'm going to give you back more, better. Pressed down, shaken together, running over. My restoration is abundant. You've suffered in silence, but you'll celebrate in the open. I'll make sure the same people who saw you fall will see you rise. This is not the end. This is the beginning. What I'm building through your life will outlive you. Generations will be blessed by your obedience. The choices you make today, the faith you hold on to, will echo through your children and your children's children. The enemy tried to use you to carry pain, but I chose you to carry promise. The lies you've believed for too long are breaking now. The heaviness you've felt is lifting. The fear you've been quietly carrying is melting in the light of my truth. You are mine, and nothing, not failure, not fear, not the past, can change that. You don't need a plan right now. You need a posture, a heart that says, God, I'm yours. Because when I have your heart, I will take care of everything else. I will handle what's behind you, strengthen what's within you, and prepare what's ahead of you. I'm already doing it. You're still listening, and I don't want you to miss this, because what I'm about to reveal is the reason for the pressure, the waiting, the heaviness that's been following you. There has been a spiritual battle over your life, not because you're weak, but because of what you carry. There is purpose inside you that the enemy has feared since the moment you took your first breath. You were marked for more, and that calling has never left you, not even when you felt lost. Every time you were overlooked, every time you were betrayed, every time you were abandoned, it wasn't because you were forgotten. It was because I was removing what couldn't go where I'm taking you. I've seen the wounds. I've watched you try to make peace with pain that never made sense. And I want you to hear me now. What hurt you won't have the final word. I will. If this word is cutting through your doubt, comment 1111. Let it be the cry of your heart that says, God, I still believe, because faith like that moves heaven. You're not just surviving anymore. You're stepping into restoration. Not the kind that leaves scars wide open, but the kind that makes even the scars beautiful. There's been a fight over your voice, over your joy, over your clarity. And that's not a coincidence. The enemy has tried to silence you because your voice is powerful. When you speak in faith, strongholds break. When you worship in the storm, chains fall off, not just for you, but for others too. You were born to carry light, and the darkness hates that. Is it really possible for a 7-second ritual to turn financial struggle into overnight wealth? This leaked, CIA-backed study uncovers a 7-second money ritual that's changing lives right now. Endorsed by 4 neuroscience labs, it reprograms your brain to attract money like a magnet. People once broke are now living their dream lives, luxury homes, new vehicles, exotic travel. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. But I am standing with you. I'm placing new authority on your life. The kind that doesn't beg but walks in boldness. You're not a victim of your past. You're a vessel of glory. And I'm pouring into you even now, new peace, new direction, new fire. You will not live one more day believing you're broken beyond repair. There's been delay, yes, but it's not denial, it's development. I wasn't punishing you, I was protecting the promise. There are things you prayed for that you weren't ready to hold. But now, your hands have been emptied of what drained you. Your heart is open again, and I can finally give you what I've been saving all this time. If your heart is open to receive it, comment 222. This is not just a moment to read and move on from. This is the moment you remember when it all started turning around. The tears you've cried in silence have not been ignored. They've been watering the ground that's now about to bring a harvest you never imagined. Congratulations. God says today will be a very surprising day of your life, because this will happen if you open this message now. Otherwise, you will lose all your money. Listen closely. Don't scroll past this. If your heart is beating faster, it's not a coincidence. This is not just another day, and this is not just another message. If you miss this moment, you will lose something very, very precious. When God says, today will be a surprising day of your life, He is not speaking in riddles. He's revealing something real and urgent. Today, something is about to shift, but this is conditional. It depends on what you do right now. If you hear His voice and ignore it, the very miracle He prepared for you will pass by. But if you open your heart, your ears, and your faith, and listen to me till the end, you will walk straight into a blessing that has your name written on it. You've been chosen for this message. You're not here by accident. This isn't about fear. It's about alignment, about catching the wind of the Spirit when it blows your way. And right now, it's blowing straight toward you. That feeling inside, that's confirmation. That's the Holy Spirit nudging your soul. The surprise isn't random. It's a divine appointment set aside for you long before today came. There's a reason you're reading this. God is trying to get your attention. Comment 1111 if you believe something is being released over your life right now. Now let me explain what's really at stake. This isn't just about financial loss. When God says you will lose all your money, He's speaking of spiritual misalignment that leads to missing your provision. When you turn away from divine instruction, you step out of divine protection. God isn't punishing you. He's warning you because He loves you. You are His child. You are deeply seen. And He wants you to walk in blessings, not burdens. There is a door opening today, and if you ignore this moment, the door may close. That's why this message is so heavy. It's carrying a weight from heaven. Something you've been asking God for is closer than you think. But God is saying, will you trust me now? Will you stay long enough to receive it? Or will you walk away just before the miracle? He knows what you're carrying. The anxiety, the fear, the pressure, the debts, the dreams that feel like they're slipping through your fingers. And still, He calls you beloved. Still, He wants to surprise you with peace, with clarity, with favor you didn't earn, but He freely gives. God isn't far away. He is right here, right now, leaning into your life with love and power. His protection surrounds you like a shield. His angels are closer than you realize. Even in the moments when you felt most alone, heaven never left your side. The battles you fought didn't break you because God was fighting beside you. Comment 222 if you trust that God's timing is perfect, even when you don't understand it. Let me say this clearly. The money God is talking about is not just currency, it's value. It's what is precious to you. Your peace is money. Your relationships are money. Your time, your purpose, your calling, they are all part of what God considers your wealth. When you open this message, you are opening yourself to restoration in all of those areas. But if you turn away, the enemy is waiting to steal what you won't protect with your faith. This is not fear, this is urgency. God is saying, daughter, son, I have plans for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you. But you must listen, you must be alert, you must choose me now. The reason this message found you is because heaven has circled this date for your breakthrough. There are no accidents in God's kingdom. He orchestrates timing with precision. If your heart is hurting, He's reaching into your pain. If your mind is heavy, He's lifting your burden. If your spirit is tired, He's breathing life into your soul again. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. You are loved fiercely, and your story is not over. What looks like an ending could be the start of the most beautiful chapter yet. You are walking into a season where things will begin to align. The surprise God has for you today may not look like what you expected. It could come through an unexpected phone call, a message, an encounter, a quiet whisper in prayer, or even a moment of stillness that gives you the clarity you've been longing for. Do not underestimate how God works. Miracles often show up in ordinary moments, but only those who are paying attention see them. That's why you're being asked to stay. Not because the message needs you, but because you need what's being spoken over your life right now. You've cried tears that no one saw, but God saw, and He bottled everyone. Not one tear was wasted. Not one moment of pain went unnoticed by the Father. You are not cursed. You are covered. You are not behind. You are being prepared. You are not unlucky. You are deeply favored. God's hand is on you. His power is alive in you, and no weapon formed against you shall prosper. You may have walked through fire, but you didn't burn because Jesus walked with you. You may have been thrown into the lion's den, but your enemies will witness your deliverance. Just like Daniel, just like Joseph, just like Esther, you have been positioned for something far greater than you can see right now. What if a quick 7-second brain ritual could truly wipe out your debt and fill your life with unstoppable abundance? A shocking CIA leak has just revealed a 7-second ritual now, helping ordinary people clear debt and attract unlimited wealth. Verified by 4 top neuroscience labs, this easy at-home method is turning financial problems into dream lifestyles. New homes, cars, vacations, it's all happening for real people. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. Let that sink in. You are not reading this randomly. You've been drawn here by the Spirit of the living God who wants to remind you, you are seen, you are chosen, you are called for more. Now, if this is speaking to you in any way, let your faith respond. Like this video, as an act of agreement. Not for me, but for you, for your breakthrough, for your alignment, for your miracle to be sealed. You may not know what's coming next, but God does. And He says, trust me, I am making a way in the wilderness. I am placing rivers in your dry land. I am restoring what was stolen. I am healing what was broken. The enemy knows something is close. That's why you've been feeling so much pressure. That's why your thoughts have been heavy. That's why your sleep has been restless. But the enemy can only delay what you don't defend. And today, you are defending your blessing by standing in this moment. You're not shrinking back. You're not backing down. You are stepping into a word that could change your path forever. Because when God speaks, creation listens. Heaven moves. Chains break. Doors open. You may have been told before that nothing will ever change. Maybe life has worn you down with disappointments. But God is saying, I am not a man that I should lie. My word does not return void. If I said today would be a surprising day, then it will be. But you must remain present. You must stay awake. You must keep your spirit open to receive. The surprise will not come through fear. It will come through peace that doesn't make sense. It will come through people you didn't expect to bless you. Through opportunities you didn't even know existed. Through healing in places you didn't even realize were broken. This is what divine alignment feels like. It's not always loud. Sometimes it whispers. But its impact is undeniable. God is not asking you to figure it all out. He's asking you to trust Him right now, in this moment, to believe that He sees farther ahead than you do, that He's leading you through the unknown because He knows exactly where He's taking you. Your only job is to say yes, to let go of the fear, the doubt, the control, and simply say, Lord, I trust you. Comment 555 if you are trusting God in this season with everything you have. Let's be real. Some of you are reading this with broken hearts. You've lost things you thought you'd never lose. You've watched people walk away. You've faced betrayal that shook you. And still, you're here. Still breathing. Still seeking. That is strength. That is faith. That is what draws God close to you. The word says the Lord is near to the brokenhearted. He doesn't turn His face from your pain. He leans into it. He places His hands on your wounds and speaks life back into you. If no one told you lately, let me say this. You are not weak because you feel weary. You are human. And God delights in lifting up the weary. He wraps you in grace. He whispers, I've got you, even now, even here. The valley you've been walking through is not where your story ends. It's where your testimony begins. The glory that is coming will outweigh the suffering you endured. That's not just encouragement, that's a promise straight from the mouth of God. You didn't come this far just to stop here, and you didn't suffer just to stay in sorrow. There is resurrection coming to the parts of your life that felt dead. The kind of resurrection that only God can do. It won't make sense, but it will bring peace, it will bring restoration, and it will bring you closer to the one who never left your side. When Jesus went to the cross, it looked like the end. To everyone watching, it looked like defeat. But what they didn't see was that the cross was only the beginning. The pain had a purpose, the grave had a plan, and the resurrection was the surprise no one saw coming. That same Spirit that raised Christ from the dead lives in you, and He's still in the business of shocking the world with unexpected glory. So no matter how bad it looks right now, you are never beyond the reach of God's power. He can still redeem the time you lost. He can still restore the years the enemy stole. He can still turn the thing that was meant to destroy you into the very thing that promotes you. You serve a God of reversals, a God who takes ashes and makes beauty, who takes mourning and gives joy, who takes lack and pours out abundance. Comment 1212 if you're believing for that kind of turnaround in your life. And let me remind you of something powerful. God does not make empty promises. If He said today would be surprising, then you need to wake up with expectation. You need to speak life over your situation. Start saying, God, I don't know how, but I believe you will. Start speaking the opposite of what fear has told you. You are not broke. You are blessed. You are not stuck. You are being prepared. You are not forgotten. You are favored. Favor is not about how good you've been. It's about how good God is. And His goodness is chasing you. It's overtaking you. The word says, goodness and mercy shall follow you all the days of your life. That includes today. That includes right now. You didn't earn it, but He's giving it anyway, because He is your Father, and He takes care of His children. Could a CIA-leaked brainwave ritual be the fastest shortcut to a life of luxury? Newly released CIA research has just exposed a jaw-dropping brainwave technique that's letting everyday people attract massive wealth almost instantly. This 7-second home ritual, proven by 4 neuroscience labs, is transforming debt into dream houses, cars, and luxury getaways. If you're reading this, consider yourself lucky. The page could be taken down any time. Click the link in the description and comments to unlock the secret before it's gone forever. Whatever is stressing you right now, give it to Him. Lay it down. Stop trying to carry what God never asked you to carry. You are not your provider. He is. You are not your healer. He is. You are not your rescuer. He is. And He's working even when you can't see it. You don't need to have it all together. You just need to keep showing up with your heart open. God will do the rest. He's not waiting for perfection. He's waiting for surrender. And when you surrender, He floods in with grace. He doesn't shame you for doubting. He gently reminds you of who you are and whose you are. You are not a mistake. You are a miracle in motion. Comment 777 if you're ready for God to take over what you can no longer carry. Right now, God is rewriting something in your story. There's a shift happening in the spiritual realm. A battle you couldn't see is being won. Angels have been sent on assignment for your name. Heaven is fighting for you, and victory is being declared before you even reach the battlefield. You may not feel it yet, but don't be fooled by what your eyes see. This is not the time to quit. This is the time to stand. Every hardship, every delay, every tear, none of it was in vain. God wastes nothing. Not your pain, not your waiting, not your wandering. All of it has been preparation for where He's taking you. You've been forged in fire for such a time as this. That's why the enemy came so hard against you, because he knew what was coming for you. But he underestimated your resilience. He forgot who walks beside you. You are not walking into this day alone. The same God who parted seas and shut the mouths of lions walks with you now. He has gone ahead of you, clearing the path, removing traps, opening doors. You are not walking blind. You are walking in divine steps. Even if it feels uncertain, your feet are ordered by the Lord. God's surprise for you isn't just about money or material things. It's about healing. It's about freedom. It's about joy returning to your life where grief had lived too long. Some of you have been in emotional lockdown, surviving on autopilot, convincing others that you're okay when deep down you're barely making it through the day. But God sees you. And today, He's saying, you don't have to fake it anymore. Let me in. Let me carry what's crushing you. Comment 999 if you believe God is stepping into your situation right now. There's no shame in being tired. There's no guilt in needing help. You've held so much together for so long, and God is proud of how far you've come. But now, He wants to hold you, to give you rest, not just for your body, but for your soul. He's offering you peace, not the kind the world gives, but the kind that anchors you in every storm. Peace that can't be shaken by bills, by bad news, by anything this world throws at you. Some of you have been under pressure to perform, to be strong for everyone else, to pretend you're not breaking. But God didn't call you to carry everyone. He called you to come to Him, to lay it all down and say, God, I can't, but I know You can. That's not weakness, that's trust. That's the doorway to supernatural strength. Because when you let go, God steps in. You've asked for confirmation, and this is it. That quiet question in your heart, God, is this really You? Should I believe this time? He's answering right now. Yes, this is Him. Yes, this is your moment. Yes, this is your time. He is not teasing you. He is teaching you to expect more, to hope again, to believe that something good is not only possible, it's promised. This surprise that's coming may not look like fireworks. It might look like a gentle moment of clarity that shifts your whole direction, or a connection that leads to your next opportunity, or a release of peace that allows you to finally rest. But make no mistake, it's real, and it's coming. The God who made time is stepping into your time today. Comment 1010 if your spirit is ready to receive what your eyes haven't seen yet. Don't measure what's coming by what you've lost. What's ahead is not a replacement, it's a restoration. God doesn't just return things, He multiplies them. He blesses beyond what was taken. He rebuilds what the enemy tried to destroy, and He does it in a way that shows everyone around you this was not your doing, this was divine, this was God. You're about to walk into a place where the weight you carried will become your testimony, where the thing that almost broke you will become the thing that builds others. God is not just blessing you for you. He's blessing you so you can be a blessing, so you can remind others that He still heals, still moves, still makes a way where there was none. You may not see it yet, but a divine transaction is happening as you read this. The heavens are opening over your obedience. God responds to faith, not perfection. And you are showing faith just by listening, just by trusting, just by keeping your eyes and ears open to His voice. He is honoring that. And the surprise He's preparing for you is not ordinary. It is tailor-made for your heart, your calling, your journey. Comment 1515 if you believe this is your appointed time for change. Let me tell you what else God is doing. He's restoring your confidence, not confidence in yourself, but in Him, in His plan, in His timing. You've questioned whether you missed it, whether you messed up the one opportunity that mattered. But God says, "No, my child, you are not disqualified. I still choose you. I still call you mine." You can't mess up what God already factored into your journey. Even your detours have been woven into His plan. Is it really possible for a 7-second ritual to turn financial struggle into overnight wealth? This leaked, CIA-backed study uncovers a 7-second money ritual that's changing lives right now. Endorsed by 4 neuroscience labs, it reprograms your brain to attract money like a magnet. People once broke are now living their dream lives, luxury homes, new vehicles, exotic travel. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. Don't let fear speak louder than your Father. Don't let your past hold more weight than God's promise. You are not defined by what you did or what was done to you. You are defined by who your Creator says you are. And He says you are victorious. He says you are more than a conqueror. He says you are rising. You've been surviving, but now you're about to thrive. There's a difference. Surviving is holding on, but thriving is rising up. And you are stepping into a season where God is going to make you rise in places you were once pushed down. Your voice will carry in rooms that once ignored you. Your name will be mentioned in places you never even applied for. God is not done showing off through your life. That's not arrogance, that's anointing. When you belong to God, favor follows you. Not because you earned it, but because He decided it. And when God decides to favor you, no one can block it. They may talk, they may try, but His hand is stronger than their words. His blessing is heavier than their opinions. So stop shrinking. Stop apologizing for how God's about to elevate you. This next blessing will be loud. It will be visible. And it will be undeniable that it was God who did it. Comment 1717 if you're ready to walk boldly into that next level. Let me speak to your heart for a moment, the part of you that still feels unseen. You've been the strong one for so long, but deep down you've wondered, God, when is it my turn? You've celebrated others, you've clapped for miracles in their lives. But you've cried in private because it feels like everyone else is moving forward while you're standing still. But God saw that. And He's saying, thank you for not growing bitter. Thank you for not giving up. Your turn is coming, and when it comes, it will be fast. It will be sudden. It will feel like all of heaven rushed in at once. The years that felt slow and silent will be redeemed in a moment. The pain that left you speechless will be healed with joy that leaves you breathless. And you'll know, not guess, not wonder, but know that it was all worth it. Every tear, every silent prayer, every lonely night, worth it. Because your Father never forgets what you've been through. He never overlooks the ones who stay faithful in the quiet places. While others shouted for attention, you kept your eyes on Him. And that kind of heart is the kind He lifts, the kind He blesses, the kind He trusts with more. You are that kind, and your reward is coming. It's already been written in heaven. It's already been sealed. All that's left is the moment it shows up. And when it does, remember this, it wasn't luck. It was legacy. It wasn't a random chance. It was divine choice. You are part of a bigger plan, and your obedience in this moment is what's unlocking the next one. You haven't wasted time. Even the waiting was working something in you. Strength, character, discernment, spiritual maturity. Now you can tell the difference between distraction and destiny. Now you know when to move and when to be still. You've been trained in the fire, and now you're ready to carry the flame. There is someone reading this who has almost given up. Someone who said, God, if you don't speak today, I'm done. This is for you. God heard that. He caught that last desperate cry, and this entire word has been an answer to that whisper. Don't let go. Not now, not here, not when you're this close. What's coming is going to be bigger than what you lost. That's not hope, that's a promise. All that time you thought nothing was happening, something deep was growing. Strength, wisdom, vision. You were being rooted. So when the storm came, you didn't fall. You bent, but you didn't break. That wasn't your strength. That was His hand holding you together when everything felt like it was falling apart. And now He's saying, get ready. What's coming next is not survival, it's revival. Comment, Amen, if you receive that revival in your soul. God never wastes a season, not even the hard ones. Especially not the hard ones. The nights you cried yourself to sleep, He was there. The moments you smiled in public but felt empty inside, He noticed. The days you showed up for everyone else but went home feeling unseen, heaven recorded them all, and now the reward is coming. Quiet obedience always brings loud blessings, and the world is about to hear what God's been preparing in silence. Some of you are about to be surprised by how suddenly things shift. What took years to break may disappear in a moment. Not because of your effort, but because of your surrender. The kind of breakthrough you're stepping into doesn't come by striving. It comes by resting in the presence of the one who already won the battle for you. Jesus paid for your peace. He paid for your restoration. He paid for your freedom. You don't have to earn it, just receive it. You're not stepping into this next season with the same weight you've carried. God is lifting burdens, the kind you stopped talking about because no one seemed to understand, but He understood, and He's breaking that weight off of you right now. It's not going to follow you into your future. The heaviness is breaking, the lies are crumbling, the shame is being washed away. Comment 1111 if you feel the weight starting to lift even now. You don't need to have all the answers to move forward. Sometimes God only gives enough light for the next step, not the whole path. And that's where faith comes in. That's where trust is built. He's not asking you to run. He's just asking you to keep walking. To trust that each step forward is taking you closer to something greater than what you left behind. Have you heard about the top secret ritual the government wants to keep hidden? Imagine if a single 7-second ritual could clear your debts and draw wealth to you effortlessly. A leaked CIA report and 4 leading neuroscience labs confirm it's not a myth. Struggling families are moving into dream homes with total peace of mind. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. Yes, there will be moments of doubt, but doubt doesn't cancel your destiny. It just means you're human. What matters is that you don't stop, that you don't let fear speak louder than God's promise. You've come too far to go back now. Too much has been invested in your growth. Too many prayers have been sown for you to quit before the harvest. This is your harvest season. Even if you don't feel it yet, the soil is shifting. The seeds are breaking through. What you planted in tears is about to come up in joy. What you prayed for in desperation is about to arrive with confirmation. What looked dead is about to breathe again. This is what God does. He brings life where there was none. Let me speak something clearly. You have not missed your moment. Some of you think it's too late, that you wasted too much time, that you disqualified yourself. But the truth is, if it was truly yours, you can't miss it. Delay does not mean denial. God's timing often looks different from ours, but His timing is never wrong. He's never early, never late, always right on time. And sometimes He waits until the last moment so that when it happens, there's no question about who did it, so that when the doors open, everyone watching will know it wasn't luck, it wasn't connections, it wasn't talent, it was God, pure and powerful and undeniable. Comment 222 if you're choosing to trust that His timing is still perfect. Some of you have been silently carrying dreams that feel too big to say out loud, visions that scare you, ideas that seem impossible, but God placed those inside of you for a reason. Not to tease you, but to lead you. He doesn't give you a glimpse of your future to torment you. He does it to awaken you, to remind you that your life isn't small, even if it feels small right now. You were created for more. And more doesn't always mean more noise, more money, more attention. Sometimes more means more peace, more joy, more purpose, more clarity. That's what God is offering you. A surprise day filled with the kind of blessings you can't even explain. Blessings that bring tears to your eyes because they speak so directly to what you thought God forgot. He didn't forget. He remembers every detail, every silent prayer, every buried hope, every broken dream. He sees it all. And when He restores better, not just the same. Better. Because He doesn't just give you back what was taken, He gives you more than what was lost. So stay expectant, stay hopeful, keep your eyes on Him, not on the clock, not on the calendar, not on the chaos around you, just on Him. Because when your eyes are fixed on Jesus, your heart can remain steady no matter what shifts around you. This is your moment to align, to step into what's already been waiting for you. There are blessings that didn't pass you by. They were simply waiting for the right version of you to be ready. Not a perfect version, but a trusting one, a surrendered one, a healed one. And now, God says, you are ready. Ready for the kind of life that doesn't exhaust you but fills you. Ready for the peace that doesn't come and go but stays. Comment 333 if you're ready to live in that kind of peace. Let's talk about the kind of peace God gives. It's not surface level. It's not the kind that comes from perfect circumstances. It's the kind that anchors your heart when everything around you feels like it's falling apart. That's what Jesus offered when He said, "My peace I give to you not as the world gives. The world's peace depends on conditions. God's peace depends on His presence. And He is here now. Some of you have been living in survival mode for far too long. God did not create you to constantly live under stress, fear, and pressure. That is not your portion. You are His child. And just like a good father wants to see his children rest and flourish, your Heavenly Father wants you to breathe again, to wake up without dread, to sleep without anxiety, to move through your day with calm in your soul. This is the surprising shift that today brings. Not only will your situation begin to change, but so will you. You'll respond differently. You'll notice that what used to trigger fear now meets faith. What used to drain you now strengthens you. Because when God transforms your heart, it changes how you walk through everything else. The blessing begins inside before it shows up outside. Comment 555 if you're believing for that kind of inner shift today. God wants you to walk with confidence again, to stop second-guessing your every step, to trust that He is leading you even when the path doesn't make sense. Think about it. When Moses stood in front of the Red Sea, he had no clue how it would part. But God didn't ask him to part it. He only asked him to raise his staff and move forward. And when he obeyed, the water responded to God's power. That's what faith looks like. It's doing the next thing God asked you to do, even if you don't know what happens after that. And right now, that next step is continuing to stay open to this word, to stay anchored in His voice, even when your mind wants to run. The same God who split seas for Moses is still speaking, still leading, still performing miracles. And some of the greatest miracles are quiet. They don't always come with thunder. Sometimes they come with a whisper, "Keep going, don't give up, I'm with you." Why is this 7-second CIA ritual spreading everywhere so fast? New CIA leaks have revealed a powerful brain ritual that triggers instant wealth flow. This 7-second technique, validated by 4 neuroscience labs, is rapidly changing lives. From crushing debt to dream vacations, this could be your shortcut to abundance. If you're seeing this, you're lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. You might be in a place where you're thinking, "But I don't feel strong enough to keep going." Good. Because this isn't about your strength, it's about His. The Word says His strength is made perfect in our weakness. That means your weakness isn't a limitation, it's an invitation for God to show off through your life. You don't need to pretend to be okay. God blesses honesty more than He blesses performance. He already knows what you're struggling with, and He's not backing away from you because of it. In fact, He's drawing closer. That's the heart of the Father. He runs toward you, not away from you. Comment 1212 if you believe God is still running toward you today. This is why the enemy has fought you so hard. He sees what's attached to your obedience. He knows your breakthrough is bigger than just you. But what he didn't count on was that you'd still be standing, still believing, still hoping, and that is dangerous to his plans. Because a believer who won't quit is unstoppable in God's hands. God is about to release a favor over your life that doesn't make sense to others. That's what He does. He loves to bless people in ways that confuse the proud and lift up the humble. You've stayed humble through the hardship. You've stayed kind even when life was cruel. And now the reward is coming. The Word says that when the time is right, the Lord will make it happen. Not when you have it all figured out, not when you've worked hard enough, just when the time is right. And friend, the time is right. You've been asking, "God, when will this change?" But today, God is answering with a better question. Will you trust me while it's changing? Because the shift is already in motion. You may not see it yet, but faith sees what your eyes cannot. You've stepped into a moment charged with the favor of God, and when you walk in favor, things happen that make no sense on paper. They only make sense in heaven. Comment Amen to affirm that you believe favor is falling on your life now. Maybe you've been struggling to feel that favor. Maybe all you've felt lately is forgotten, overlooked, buried. But what if I told you the burial was really a planting? What if I told you you're not underground to be hidden, you're underground to grow? The darkest seasons in your life didn't end you, they grew you. They prepared you. And now God is saying, come up, it's time, stretch out, break through the dirt, rise into the light. This is your blooming season. All those quiet nights, all those private prayers, all that quiet holding on when you wanted to quit, it wasn't wasted. It was seen. It was sacred. God honors what nobody else saw. And now He is bringing the kind of reward that only heaven could design. This isn't just about things getting better, it's about you becoming better, stronger, wiser. Rooted in something that no storm can shake. You've outgrown the place you've been, spiritually, emotionally, even mentally. That's why it's felt uncomfortable. That's why peace seemed distant. Because you're being pulled into a new place, and growing hurts, change stretches. But God never asks you to leave something behind unless He's leading you into something greater. The surprise waiting on the other side of your obedience is more than you imagined. Comment 1111 if you believe God is stretching you for something greater. There is someone reading this who has been at their limit, not just tired, but done. You've said, God, I don't even have the strength to pray like I used to. And He's saying, that's okay. You don't have to prove anything to me. You don't have to perform. Just be still. I'm fighting for you. His love does not require your strength. It flows freely into your weakness. Where you see failure, He sees faith. Just the fact that you're still here, still holding on in any way, is a victory. God is not disappointed in you. He's not mad. He's not keeping score. He's pulling you closer, even now, wrapping His arms around the parts of you that no one else understands. And He is healing what others didn't even know was broken. That deep fear of being left behind, of being too late, too far gone, He's silencing that with truth. You are not too late. You are not forgotten. You are not too broken. You are still the one He chooses. Some of you are about to walk into a peace that doesn't make sense. Not because everything is fixed, but because God is lifting the weight. That's how He works. Sometimes He doesn't take you out of the storm. He calms your heart right in the middle of it. And that inner calm becomes your proof that He is with you. The world will say you should be panicking, but instead, you'll have a stillness that confuses your enemies and blesses your soul. Comment 222 if you're ready for God to calm your heart in the storm you're facing. This is the miracle of grace. You don't climb up to it. It meets you where you are. And that's what is happening right now. Grace is meeting you here. In your doubt, in your fear, in your stress, in your mess. You don't need to fix yourself to receive this. You only need to open up, to let God into the parts of your life you've tried to keep hidden. He already knows, and He's not afraid of your mess. Could the CIA really be hiding a 7-second ritual that turns money struggles into fortune? A covert CIA finding exposes a strange 7-second ritual that activates money, attracting brainwaves on autopilot. Supported by science and 4 elite labs, this home ritual is turning struggling people into dream lifestyle owners. But this page may disappear soon. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted from the internet forever. The beautiful truth is, He does His best work in messy places. Jesus didn't come to perfect people. He came for the hurting, the sick, the lost, the confused, and that means He came for you, for the version of you that struggles, the version that doesn't always get it right, the version that needs mercy over and over again, and His mercy never runs dry. What's ahead for you is not based on what you've earned, it's based on who He is. And He is faithful, He is generous, He is kind, He is all-powerful, He is present, and He is working right now, even as you read this, aligning things you didn't even know needed to shift. Some blessings are already on their way, moving through channels you can't see. Don't give up just before they reach you. Don't cancel what's coming with your doubt. Stay open, stay expectant, and stay grounded in the truth that you are not in this alone. You have no idea the prayers that have been covering you, the people who've lifted your name when you couldn't speak for yourself, the angels assigned to your path, the grace that has gone ahead to soften hearts, to unlock doors, to prepare places. God says today is a surprising day, not just because He's giving you something, but because He's revealing just how deeply He has always been involved in your life, even when you were unaware, even when you didn't believe, even when you were angry with Him. He never left, and He never will. Some days it feels like everything is closing in on you, like the walls are too tight, the decisions too heavy, the silence too loud. And maybe today is one of those days. Maybe you feel like you're at the end of your strength. But hear this, your breaking point is not your ending. It's the place where God begins to move most powerfully. You are not breaking apart, you are breaking open. Comment, Amen, if you believe something good is breaking through for you right now. The enemy wants you to think this is the end of the road, that this season means you're finished. But God says, this is not the end, it's the bend, a redirection, a reset. What looked like a loss is actually making room for something better. What looked like rejection was divine protection. You didn't lose what was meant for you. What's yours in Christ cannot be taken by man. What God ordained, no one can erase. Sometimes we don't see the value in the closed doors until we look back and realize how much pain God saved us from. You may not understand the no now, but one day you'll thank Him for it. One day you'll say, God, I see why you didn't let that happen. You were keeping me for more. And that more is beginning now. The surprise you're stepping into is not random, it's precise. It was scheduled, and it's unfolding right on time. God's timing rarely matches our own, but it's never late. If it didn't happen yet, it wasn't time. But now things are shifting. And when God says, today, everything in heaven moves to make that happen. The angels don't hesitate. Creation doesn't delay. It moves at His command. And that's what's happening on your behalf right now. Comment 1111 if you believe heaven is moving something for you right now. Let's go even deeper. Some of you have been faithful in ways that nobody else noticed. You've been generous, kind, and consistent even when no one clapped, no one saw, and no one thanked you. You've prayed for others when you needed prayer yourself. You've shown up for people who never showed up for you, and maybe you've wondered, God, do you see me? Yes, He sees. He saw every moment, and He's about to repay you in ways that go beyond anything you expected. God doesn't forget faithful hearts. He doesn't overlook the quiet, surrendered, obedient life. The reward for your consistency is coming. The harvest is on its way. You sowed in the dark, and now you're about to reap in the light. There's a blessing coming that's going to silence every lie the enemy whispered in your ear. It's going to prove, without a doubt, that your faith was not foolish. And you know what else? Your name is being mentioned in rooms you've never entered, not because of manipulation, not because of self-promotion, but because God is your advocate. He's placing your name on the lips of people with the power to bless you. He's arranging divine connections that no networking could create. He's lining things up in a way you couldn't plan. And all he's asking from you is, stay close, stay ready, stay believing. Comment 777 if you know your name is being spoken by God in places you've never seen. There are blessings that come through striving, and then there are blessings that come through surrender. The ones that come through surrender are sweeter, richer, deeper, because they don't come from stress, they come from peace. That's the kind of blessing God wants to surprise you with today, the kind that feels light, not heavy, the kind that confirms His goodness, not your grind. You don't need to chase what's already yours. You don't need to beg for what your Father delights in giving. His heart is generous. He is not withholding from you. He's preparing you. And when the moment is right, it will all fall into place so fast, you'll forget how long you waited. The tears will be replaced with laughter. The worry will be swallowed up in joy. And you'll look back and say, that could only have been God. This isn't just a good season, it's a God season. It's the kind of season where things begin to make sense, where scattered pieces begin to come together, where prayers you forgot you prayed begin to be answered, where you walk into rooms that once intimidated you with a peace that doesn't even feel like it came from you. That's what happens when you walk with God. He prepares a table for you in the presence of your enemies. He anoints your head with oil, and your cup, it overflows. Could a hidden CIA discovery explain why so many are suddenly living in luxury? Secret CIA research has now come to light, revealing a brain-hacking ritual that draws in wealth like magic. It only takes 7 seconds. You can do it at home, and it's supported by 4 neuroscience labs. People are ditching debt and living in luxury right now. But this information won't stay online for long. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted. So breathe. You don't have to figure it all out today. You don't have to carry it all on your shoulders. God is handling it. He's not confused about what to do next. He's not worried. And because He's at peace, you can rest in that too. You can release the tension, the pressure, the fear, and let Him lead. You've asked Him, God, when will it be my turn? And He's whispering now, your turn is here, not because everything is perfect, not because you're flawless, but because you endured, because you kept showing up. Because even when your voice shook, you still said, I trust you. And that trust has activated something powerful in the heavens. Today, the breakthrough you've been waiting for begins. Comment Amen if your heart is open for that breakthrough right now. It's not about the size of your faith. God can work with whatever you bring, even if it's small, even if it's barely there. What matters is that you bring it, that you show up with what you have. The widow who gave 2 coins was blessed because she gave from the heart, not because of the amount, but because of the surrender behind it. That's what God is looking for, not perfection, surrender. You don't need to be full of energy. You don't need to have the perfect prayer. You just need to say, God, I'm still here, and that alone moves His heart. That alone causes angels to go to work. That alone opens doors, because God doesn't need your performance. He just wants your presence. He just wants your trust. He just wants you near Him, and right now you are closer than you know. Sometimes we think God feels far away when really He's never left. The problem is life gets loud, the pain gets heavy, the fear starts shouting, and in the noise we forget that He's right beside us. But He's been there, every step, every tear, every sleepless night. He didn't turn away, He stayed, and now He's ready to reveal why it all had to happen the way it did. Comment 999 if you believe God stayed through your darkest nights. You've been carrying burdens that weren't yours to carry, worrying about outcomes you can't control, trying to protect yourself in places where only God can truly cover you. But now He's inviting you to rest. Not a shallow rest, but a soul-deep, worry-breaking, mind-clearing rest. The kind of rest that only comes when you finally stop trying to hold the whole world together and let God be the one who carries it for you. This is what He meant when He said, "Come to me, all who are weary, and I will give you rest." That's not just a comforting phrase, that's a promise, a direct call to your weary heart. And today He's saying, lay it down. You've carried it long enough. You've done all you can. Now it's my turn. It's not weakness to need help. It's wisdom, because help from God is never delayed. It may not look how we expect, but it always arrives exactly how we need. Sometimes it's in the form of strength, sometimes clarity, sometimes peace, but always, always it comes, because He's a present Father, not distant, not cold, not quiet when you need Him most. He speaks in stillness, and right now He is speaking straight to your heart. You're not late, you're not behind. You are exactly where you're supposed to be for this very word to find you. What felt like delay was actually divine protection. What felt like silence was sacred preparation. And now the season is changing. The surprise you've been told about is already on its way. It's no longer a someday thing, it's becoming a today thing. Comment 1010 if you believe today holds something sacred and new for you. Let me remind you of something else you might have forgotten. You are strong, not because you've never been weak, but because you didn't give up when you were. You're still standing, still breathing, still hoping, still pressing forward when you had every reason to stop. That strength is not from you alone. That's the Spirit of God living inside of you. And it's rising again, even now, as you read this. You don't have to chase your worth. You don't have to earn God's love. You already have it. There is nothing you could do to make Him love you more, and nothing you've done that could make Him love you less. His love is steady. His presence is sure. His hand has never left your life. Even in the seasons where you felt completely alone, there is a wave of healing that's starting to move across your life. The kind of healing that touches your past, your present, and your future. Emotional healing, mental healing, spiritual healing, even physical healing. The kind that happens not because you said the right words, but because God said, "Now is the time." And that time is now. He's not waiting on your perfection. He's waiting on your permission. Will you let Him heal what hurt you? Will you allow Him to write a better ending to the story you thought was already over? Because He will. He's not limited by what broke you. In fact, He'll use the very thing that wounded you to bless someone else through you. You've been set apart. You've been chosen, not by people, by God Himself. And He doesn't make mistakes. You're not too late, too flawed, too far gone. You are right on time for His plan. The fact that you're still reading this is proof that something deep in you knows it too, that you are not done, that you are just getting started. Why are so many claiming this CIA ritual changed their life in just 7 seconds? This leaked CIA ritual is the real deal, and it's potent. A 7-second brainwave hack backed by 4 neuroscience labs is helping regular people leap from broke to abundant. Dream homes, cars, trips, it's all within reach. But this video could disappear anytime from the internet. So click the link in the description and comments now to see it before it's gone forever. You've come through too much for it to be for nothing. There is meaning in the journey, even the painful parts, especially the painful parts. God does not waste suffering. Every lonely season, every tear-stained pillow, every time you wanted to give up, but those weren't detours. They were deposits. Heaven has been watching, and now heaven is responding. Comment Amen if you believe this is your turning point. This isn't a message for the perfect. It's not for the strong or the ones who always get it right. It's for the weary, the ones who've been stretched thin, the ones who keep loving through heartbreak, forgiving through betrayal, showing up when they have nothing left. This is for you. God is proud of you. You may not hear those words often, but hear them now. He is proud of how you've carried what should have crushed you. He's proud of how you kept walking, even when your knees were shaking. And now, He's going to carry you.